Hello, my name is Justin. In this video, I'm going to take you through creating a template for Fuzzy AI. Now, the template I'm going to create is one that it actually already exists. If we look here, there's already a block-only template, but we're going to create a different one because, and I'll show you why in a second, we can actually fool this block-only template. So if I go into the character and I remove these two and then put block only here, make that balanced or whatever, any behavior I guess doesn't really matter. So now he's going to behave with block only, and he's my player 2, so I'll go in here and I'll fight him. So no matter what I'll do, he'll block, and as you can see, that's exactly what he does, and not too bad a job overall. But watch this, sometimes you can hit him, sometimes you can fool him. And the reason for this is because he kind of doesn't react to recovery frames, so, or it's too fast. The move comes out faster than he can react to it. So what we need to do, there's an easy way to fix it, but I'll show you why this instruction doesn't work first. So block only, if we look in here, there's only one custom rule, and this is the tech throw rules. Anytime I was going to throw him, he would tech. But if you look at predefined, this is where he does a block only. Now, even if I've actually set it to 6, and I was still able to hit him. So that's why it didn't work. If we didn't use hit type filters, I wonder what happens here. Let's have a look.
Round 1, fight!
So this, basically he doesn't know which way to block. It's not too bad. He does block low, doesn't block sweeps very well, and he blocks high fine. But yeah, so anyway, the point is that the predefined rules aren't robust enough to handle blocking everything conditions. So we're going to create that. So this is really easy. So the first thing I'll do is I'll create a new folder, name it custom because that's where I'm going to put it, and then create a new template. And we'll call this complete blocking. In here, complete blocking. Yep, show us all that stuff. Now, of course, don't forget to add this here. Last time I did this for testing, I forgot to add it here. So now he's going to do this. Now, there's currently, oh, there is 2 rules. Where they come from? Oh, that's just remembering from last time. So if we play
Round 1, fight!
He's going to do nothing. He's just dumb as a post. So what we want to do is we want to add a new rule. This new one, block low. So the reaction is crouch block, and this desirable is the best option. Now, this template I'm doing, I'm only going to have one type of reaction, so I'm only ever want crouch block. It's always the best option. So now that we've got our reaction, we want the condition to set the reaction. Now this condition is quite simple. We just want it to be the opponent attacking, and you know what, let's just say it's any, whether it's high, low, anything, it doesn't really matter. So now,
Round 1,
no matter how I'm attacking, always block low. This is really good. Now this is good if we want like a training dummy to have sort of a instant block reaction, right? But it's still, oh sorry, I forgot to show you where it's going to fail. But it's still going to fail one area, and this is here, because you can't. He'll try to block that low. So the problem with that is that we need a new rule for that. We need a high block. So we want stand block, and best option. The event is going, oops, one event. The condition is going to be opponent attacking, and the type is overhead, because that's what their attacks are, they're overhead. So when the opponent is overhead, we do this. Now, this is going to be interesting. oops, I should put block high. I'm actually not sure what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. I want to see which rule overrides which. But I believe...
One. Fight.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait. Oh, no. It's not. If we put it ahead, I wonder if that changes it.
Round one. Fight.
Yeah, he's trying to crouch. So here we go. Complete blocking. Crouch block. Yeah, 0.7, 0.7. They're both weighted the same, so that's the problem. So what we want to do is put this as very desirable instead. Oh, wait. Whoops. Wrong one. No, we want that to be very high. This one to be very desirable.
Round one. Fight.
So this is basically how you'd set it so that you'll always block correctly now. So now that's a really simple way to create a complete blocking solution. No matter what I can do, I can't hit him. And this is only just, it's really easy. It's 2 simple rules to ensure that he blocks every which way possible. And I'll just quickly show you here. That's all it is. So it's basically, we want to make sure that the best option is to block high when an overhead comes along, and the next best option is to block low everything else. It's pretty foolproof, this one. Okay, so now I'll show you how to switch behaviors, and this is actually really easy, and I'll use sort of a typical example. In most video games, when your enemy, say a boss character, is quite common, especially like in a Mega Man game. If your enemy gets to a certain point in health, they might change their behavior. So let's do that here. It's actually really easy to do, and we'll use some of the existing templates as, you know, an example of what we can use. So let's, first thing is we want to add them here. So let's add, which one do we want to use? Let's go with the rush down aggressive. So I'll duplicate this because we may need to add some changes to it. And then we'll add that into here. We'll call this the aggressive behavior. We'll call the blocking, let's call that the defense, the very defensive one. Now, one thing I should mention is we can now change the order of these things, and in most cases it won't matter, but in the AI case it actually does, because the default behavior that it'll pick is the first one, and if that first behavior doesn't have any rules to change a behavior into another one, then it'll never change from this behavior. And we can actually, we'll see this right here. So I'll just double check that, yeah, there's no rules in there to change. So if we quickly play,
Round one. Fight.
you can see that no matter what, he is just going to stay on the blocking, even though we have added the other behavior into his instruction set. So let's move that down because we want him to start with the aggressive one instead. So we go to aggressive, we will remove all this, add a new rule. We'll call this switch to very defensive. Now just double check, I did call it very defensive. Yep, very defensive is the blocking rule. And so we know the reaction is going to be change behavior into very defensive, and that's the best option. So what's the condition? The condition is going to be health status, and we'll say scratched. Now I'll just quickly explain this definition here. So I called scratch, which actually means anything between 90 and 100. So when health is 100, it's considered healthy. When the health goes down even just by 1 point or something, 1% or less even, it would be considered scratch because it's between 90 and 100. Once it goes below 90 and above 80%, it'll be lightly wounded, and so on for the rest of this. And we'll use another one for another rule in a second. So we now know that once it's scratched, so once it's hit just a little bit, which is from 1,000 so down to like say 900 and something, it will change to, just get the fuzzy rule out so we can see it, change behavior to very defensive, and very defensive is the complete blocking rule. So let's have a look. So if we start, first have a look.
Round one.
Yep, rush down aggressive. So he's gonna go crazy on me. But as soon as I hit him, he's now complete blocking. So he will not change from that. And since we know that complete blocking doesn't avoid throws, I can throw him to do more damage. So what we'll do, let's add a third behavior, and we'll call this the balanced one because we're already using aggressive and defensive. And let's use the zoning defensive as the balance. So we'll move that up to here. Copy. Oh, sorry, we'll drag the copy down to here to balance. Go into AI, and we want complete blocking. So now this is switch to balanced. So the reaction is going. Oops, sorry, the reaction is change behavior to balanced. Best option. And the condition is if our health is, let's say, moderately wounded. And remember, moderately wounded is between 60 and 80%. So it should take me about one throw to get to that point. Now, just before we start, let's have a look at zoning defensive, because I think, oh, here we go. Yes, it already has a change behavior to balance, and I believe we have a quick look at the rules. Moderately wounded, so it's the same condition. So we're gonna have to get rid of this because that's gonna clash with the rule we just made in complete blocking. This guy here, switch to balanced. Moderately wounded, best option, etc. Okay, so now again, pay attention to the AI instruction that's being used. So rush down aggressive. Now if he lets me hit him, oh, always going to throw me. Okay, so now I hit him. He's on complete blocking. If I just try normal hits, you know, he's not going to change. We already know that complete blocking works quite well. The only way I can hit him is with a throw. And now he's on zoning. So as you can see, that was really easy just to change it in between three behaviors. Now, of course, you can make your own where you can switch between them at will, depending on different situations. So I might want this to change back again if the opponent's health is at a certain point. Okay, that's it for the template creation video. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments below or on the forums. See you next time.